Netra beta, play the video now. We are live.
Greeting all excellency and a very warm welcome to all in today's insightful, incredible, and informative Global Teachers Training Program. I'm your host for this evening, Dr. Madhi Bose, and I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all presented here. Thank you all the attendees who has taken out their precious time to join us. I would love to welcome our exceptional, dazzling, genius, and dynamic personality among us. Our today's intellectual guest, Honorable Colonel Baldev Singh Manav sir. This magnificent global teachers training program has been organized by the IDYM group of companies. Let me give you a little bit brief intro in the form of poem and our amazing platform IDYM group of companies. IDYM group of companies has got members from 151 plus countries. It's a platform to promote space and satellite education for entire student community from every nation. It performs workshops, lectures on space and satellite with IITians educationists, rocket technology for schools with distinguished speakers and scientists. From multiple IITs ISRO, many for Armed Forces officer HAL, spaces experts NASA, DRDO, BRC, and NAL. High Excellency Ravi Shankar Kumar is the founder of IDVAM group of companies. He is a mechanical engineer having 10 years of working experience with various industries, executing national and international projects in the field of space technology, hydroponic, robotics, automobile, and solar energy. He has received many international and national awards. He has work experience from India and abroad. IDYM has conducted a space exploration program in all 28 by 28 state of India plus 5 union territories as well as in 51 plus countries. During this incredible mission, 80,000 plus students free of cost training IDYM has given. This platform has got members from 151 plus countries gathering like-minded excellencies and dignitaries. Workshop in each state of India, a dream and a vision of one man. 15 students have even built and launched their satellites. 150 are in process of making own satellites under the guidance. IDYM Global University, IDYM Times, IDYM Foundation, IDYM E-Magazine, IDYM Designers, IDYM Film Production, IDYM Book of World Records, IDYM Space School, and IDYM Principals Association. We hope to keep growing. We have been and be able to impact more enthusiastic. Make eager to learn kids across the globe. Let us make India the number one in all aspects with an excellent job. Let us make India the number one in all aspects with an excellent job. So this is a little bit tribute and poem from my side for IDYM. And now, like today's, what we are gathered for, Global Teachers Training Program. When God created teachers, He gave us special friends to help us understand His world and truly comprehend the beauty and His wonder of everything we see and become a better person with each discovery. When God created teachers, He gave us special guides to show us ways in which it to grow so we can all decide how to live, how to do, and what's right instead of wrong. Will lead us so that we can lead and learn how to be strong. Why God created teachers in His wisdom and His grace was to help us learn to make our world a better, wiser place. So now I would like to introduce our Honorable, respected Colonel Baldev Singh Manav sir, a distinguished educationist, Colonel Dr. Baldev Singh Manu sir is serving Indian Army officer who has put in 36 years of active service. Out of this, he had been associated with Army Education Corps for 13 years, last 6 years since 2016 onwards, been on deputation with a National Cadet Corps (NCC) in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi, Bihar, and Jharkhand. Field of education and youth development, and very dear to him, he has been master trainer to train NCC cadet to participate in Republic Day parade at India Gate from January 2017 to January 2021. He himself led Indian NCC cadet delegation to Kathmandu, Nepal in Feb 2018 to participate in SA NCC Youth Exchange Program. He is BA Technology Gold Medalist, MA MPhil in Human Rights, and PhD in Education, beside few other PG degrees and diplomas, numerous achievements. If I let you know about him, then the accomplishments are incalculable. So I'm profusely elated to invite your respected Colonel Baldev Singh Bano sir, kindly enlighten us with your remarkable knowledge. We are really feeling so fortunate, and I really mean it, to have you today. We are curious and eager for listening and learning from you, sir. Over to you, respected sir.
Thank you, Bose ma'am, and good evening to all the dignitaries or all the guests here or the participants. I feel this is the August gathering of educationists, and I'm in front of you. Really, it is very difficult to speak in front of you because you're all presently current teachers, and I'm not in teaching profession. I'm with the National Cadet Corps. I'm looking after the schools and colleges, but not currently engaged in teaching job. So it is very difficult to speak in front of the people, those who are actually deep inside the teaching job. Anyhow, it is my passion. So I would like to speak to you all on whatever I can gather or whatever I have prepared. First of all, I would like to speak to you on the importance of education. Dear brothers, dear sirs, dear sisters, education is so dear to me, and education must be so dear to each and every human being, because the history of education, history of teaching is as old as history of humanity itself. Without education, without teaching, without spread of knowledge, without transfer of knowledge from one generation to another generation, the perks and privileges of science and technology or the education we are enjoying today would not have been possible. Whatever technology has done wonders for us, we are enjoying this life thoroughly. And I would like to tell the young generation that they are so fortunate that they are born in this particular phase of human history. The education in science and technology, in the field of education, whatever progress has been made in last 50, 60 years, I don't think the progress was made in prior to that even 5,000 years. In last 50, 60 years, we have achieved so much in the field of science and technology that we are living a life best or better than the erstwhile Maharajas. You would like to surprise to hear this from us, from me, but I mean it. I'm telling you exactly that we are living a better life than the erstwhile Maharajas. The Maharaja did not have this computer. The Maharaja did not have the Android phone. The Maharaja did not have the aeroplanes. Maharaja did not have the luxury trains or the luxury cars. The Maharaja used to travel on the horseback or the elephant back. He used to take a lot of time to travel from one place to another place. But here you can, we can have breakfast here in India, lunch in Dubai, and dinner in America. And next day we can be back to India. So the complete world has become a global village. Distances do not matter much now. And there is no international boundaries in the cyberspace. We can, click to any country's place, or we can talk to anybody. We can go to any library. We can, make friends across the globe. So we are living in a global village, and this is because of education, because of science and technology, because of saving of knowledge, because of transfer of knowledge from one generation to another generation. Now, when we talk about transfer of knowledge, the importance of teacher cannot be ignored. I mean, the teacher is the pillar in transfer of knowledge from one generation to another generation. Let us take example. Suppose some experiment is done, and that experiment or some kind of knowledge which is accumulated, which is not transferred from this generation to another generation, the next generation will start from zero, and the progress will not be there. So this is who has done this? This has been done by the teachers. So I would like to call teachers as nation builders. They are the nation builders, and that is why the heading of my topic is teacher a nation builder. I would, Bose ma'am, I would request you to start the presentation. The first slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what my heading is. The teacher a nation builder, and our ideal teacher, you all know, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, whose birthday is celebrated as the Teacher Day. And he was a great person. He has great passion for knowledge, and he has great passion for transfer of knowledge. He had love for subject matter. He had love for his gaining or accumulating knowledge. He has done so much for country, and the Vedanta knowledge during his time when he was President of India, the way he put across the knowledge of India, the world came to know that yes, India has treasure of knowledge. Before that, the India was considered by the foreign countries as the snake's armor's country, as the poor country. But after when he put up the Indian Vedanta across the nation, across the world, then people got attracted towards us, and that build up the knowledge, build up the image of country in the eyes of the foreigners. Yeah, next slide. Next slide, please. The importance of education. I knowingly put the face of lion in the background of books. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar said, the education is the lioness milk. Education is the lioness milk. One who takes becomes a lion. One who takes becomes a lion. This education is so important to human beings, so important to anybody, that if you want to live like a lion, tension-free, worry-free, or a confident person, or a brave person, you have to educate yourself, or you have to educate your generation, you have to educate your family, you have to educate your societies, you have to educate your nation completely. Then only we can live like a lion. I generally tell people that if you want to live like a lion, then this is the actual life. It is always better to live like a lion for one day than to live like a god for 1,000 years. It is always better to live like a lion for one day than to live like a goat for 1,000 years. डर के यदि जियोगे 1000 तक तो वो जीना नहीं है. जीना शेर की तरह है, ऐसा एक दिन जियो. That is the importance of education. Education, remove all kind of disparities. The society has got a lot of ups and downs, or caste system, or whatever. I don't want to go into it. But a poor child or a scheduled caste boy, he's in the erstwhile, in the previous time, used to be untouchable. But one who get educated like Bhimrao Ambedkar, he used to rule the world. So this is the power of education. And untouchable, so-called untouchable in the rural or the hinterland, where the orthodoxy is still prevailing, is son of that particular person who's untouchable, becomes a IAS. Suddenly, he's become VIPs. And he's so powerful now, and everybody respects him, and everybody start respecting his family also. So this is the power of education. And for middle class people, there is no better tool than education to, improve the life standard or improve the living standard of the individual or the family. Next. This is Dr. Radhakrishna, the Sarvapalli Radhakrishna, second president of India, tell us that national integration cannot be built by brick or mortar. It cannot be built by hammer and chisel. It has to grow. National integration has to grow silently in the minds and hearts of the people, and this could be achieved by education. This could be achieved by education. किसी को देश की इंटीग्रेशन के लिए किसी को बांध के नहीं रख सकते, किसी को सीमेंट या चूना से गारा की ईंटों की तरह जोड़ के नहीं रखा जा सकता है, किसी को तार से बांध करके किले ठोक करके जोड़ के नहीं रखा सकता है. देश के साथ यदि लोगों को जोड़ना है तो the national integration, the feeling of nation should grow inside the hearts and mind of the people, and the best procedure, the best tool to grow this is education. So this education is very, very important. And when we talk about education, teacher is first. Teacher is the pillar who spreads education. Education, more education, and education made perfect is the panacea for all the ills and evils our country facing today. Sir Sahibji Maharaj, who founded, he is the founder of the, Dayal Bagh Institute of Education near Agra. Nowadays, the Dayal Bagh Institute of Education is a deemed university in Uttar Pradesh and near Agra. So in 1932, he said these two lines: education, more education, and education made perfect is the panacea for all ills and evils our country facing today. And these lines are still relevant. These so relevant. There are so much superstitions, black magic or something like that, and this is because of ignorance and because of lack of education, and it is costing us very dear. The thousands and crores of lives are going, people are dying because of these black magic and orthodoxy and all kind of things. They will go to some charmer and will not go to doctor because of orthodoxy or because of, unawareness of these people. These people are to be really educated. The injection of education to be put to them so that they can, get the cure of these kind of problems. The Nelson Mandela rightly said, education is the most powerful weapon through which you can change the world. If you want to change individual, you want to change the family, you want to change the society or the country, it is the education. This is the tool through which you can change complete world. Why America is a so powerful country? कोई वो डायमंड की या स्टोन की या किसी की आयरन की थोड़ी बनी हुई अमेरिका. अमेरिका is the, is a group of the people of the great human resources of America. America is powerful because they don't give green card to any, a layman. When they give green card or their citizenship to any person, they check what kind of education he has got, what contribution he can make for the development of America, what kind of funds he can bring for the investment of the investment in America. Then only they give the the green card. If whole country is such well structured, every human being is very productive, everybody is well educated, why the country will not become superpower? The America is superpower because of the human resource of the country. We in the military say that it is not machine, but man behind the machine wins the battle. It is not machine, but man behind the machine wins the battle. It clarifies the importance of human resource. It is human resource for the country, which ensure the progress of the country, which ensure the progress of the family, which ensure the progress of any organization. If a good institution is there, but the teachers teaching there in the institution are good, not good, the institution will not go for long. The Harvard or the MIT or the Oxford are not famous because of their buildings. They are famous because Nobel laureates are teaching there, because of the great human resource they are teaching there. Because of them, these institutions are famous, because of the human resource, the kind of human resource they employ there. So it is because of education. Next. Yeah, preamble of the Constitution of UNESCO. It is very, very important for all teachers, all children, all human beings, all conscious human beings. Since war begins in the minds of man, it is in the minds of man that the defenses of peace must be constructed. All ill things, anything which happens on ground has to happen twice. First it happens in mind and then it happens on ground. If something is there in the mind, then only it can happen on ground. So if war is to take place, it is taking place in the minds of men first, and then only it is taking on ground and destruction starts. So if we have to stop the war, we have to train the human brains. We have to program the human brains for peace. It is the minds are wrongly programmed. That is why the war is taking place. If we reprogram the minds for peace, naturally the peace will be there and the war will not be there on the face of earth. Next slide, please. Yeah, education, there are a lot of definition of education, but I like these two definitions, one given by Mahatma Gandhi and the other by Swami Vivekananda. Gandhiji says, education is drawing out of the best in child and man with reference to body, mind, and spirit. Body, mind, and spirit. The all-round development of human being. If heart or mind is not trained properly, the bookish knowledge will not help anybody. This bookish knowledge will not help individual or the society or the country. A human heart, human mind has to be trained properly. A human being has to become a kind human being, a empathetic human being, a sympathetic human being. Then only his education will be used universally for the development of society or the country. Otherwise, that education, selfish education, bookish knowledge will not suffice for the development of the nation. Swami Vivekananda says, education is the manifestation of the perfection that already in man. He says, and Albert Einstein already said, every human being who is taking birth on this earth is a genius. He is a genius. And the Swami Vivekananda indirectly says, yes, the manifestation of the perfection that is already in the man. He means to say that every human being is perfect, already perfect. He's got all the, potential perfection inside. This perfection has to be brought out through education system, the national education system, or the whatever education system we employ in the country. Through that education system, that perfection of human being has to be brought out. Then only a person will become all-round personality and will be a constructive human being for the society. Next slide, please. Yeah, quality of education is a very apt example. Very apt example. This caption is written outside a University of South Africa. This caption is written outside a very learned professor. He is written this. He says, collapsing of any nation does not require use of atomic bombs. Collapsing any nation does not require use of atomic bombs or the use of long-range missiles. It only requires lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examination by the students. My dear teachers, my dear professors, my dear principals, this is a very, very, very important thing that this is knowingly, unknowingly, directly, indirectly is happening in our country. Every day we are facing this kind of problem. As teachers, as professors, or as the institution owners or the principals, we should pledge that we will not allow this kind of cheating in our institution, whatever may it happen. If we want to really develop our nation, if you want to really develop the human resource of the country, this kind of cheating should not be there, because the collapsing of education is the collapsing of nation. If education collapses, the nation will collapse, because we will go back to Stone Age. We will go back to the cave age. The difference between the Adi Manav, those who are living in the jungles and used to have the uncooked meat, or used to throw stones at each other and used to kill birds, and that human being and today's human being, there is no difference if we are not properly educated. And if we don't educate our generation properly, we'll go back to that stone age. So it is a responsibility of the education institutions or the principals or the teachers that the education system should not collapse. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is a very apt photograph. Importance of teacher. Teaching is the profession that creates all other professions in the world. Teaching is the profession which creates all other professions in the world. And teacher is like this. If a small plant has to grow, we have to protect it from animals. We have to protect from germs or whatever, insects and everything. We have to give them proper manure. We have to give them, the plants give water or the fertilizers or the insecticides or something like that, and then we have to protect, or we have to ensure proper light, and then only this plant can grow in a tree, in a form of tree. Similarly, a child in the hands of teachers is like a small plant. A lot of care has to be taken. The child's mind is an empty mind. Whatever you write in the minds of the child as teachers, that will be permanent. That will be a very, very permanent. And whatever a teacher says, that has very, very strong impact in the minds of teachers, in the minds of students. I would like to quote one example in front of you, a real example. My daughter was studying in Army Public School in class 2. Not in class 2, I think, yes, there's a time when she was studying in upper KG or UKG or something like that. I don't exactly remember the time, but she was studying in APS. So one day I checked her copy, and in that copy it was the spelling of spoon was wrong. Oh yeah, she was spelling a spoon was wrong. She must be in the lower KG. So she has written schoon, SKOON. I said, beta, this spelling is wrong. It must be spoon. And unfortunately, the spelling was ticked right by the teacher. It's not the fault of the teacher. Teacher sees a lot of copies, so she must have unknowingly seeing that must be wrong, right, or something like that. And she unknowingly she ticked it right. And my daughter takes copy from me, and she sees the copy, and then sees, and then she.
I think, sir, you are facing some technical issue. We can't hear you. All right, till that sir is fixes network issue. Yeah, amazingly said by sir. Very wonderful example.
Sir is disconnected, I think.
Yeah, beta, please stop sharing the screen.
Sir is disconnected, I think.
Yeah, no issues. We'll reconnect again. Ravi sir, could you please call and talk to him once? So
Okay.
Yeah. So
he's there in the meeting. He's there in the meeting, but he's not able to speak.
Yeah. So wonderfully explained. There's a lot of amazing example, and I have even not thought about it. So this is something very common example, and which we really need to understand, that Maharajas, like we are living a life like more than when the king and queen used to live in the facility. So today's like our education scientist who has really invented all those things, that who made all of us a king and queens, in more than that we can independently live and take that old facility. And the second example of the lion, wow, what a wonderful example, when living like a goat for years and years. Better than that, we should live like a life like a lion. Why not like that? So, and education makes us in that so powerful, because see, always it says that when it comes to anger, so always the coward person is when the person comes to argue, and comes and do all that thing. But a powerful person doesn't need, he has to just check it out one stop. So absolutely, it makes us very powerful and amazing. When we have started our life, and the human beings came on this earth. So slowly, gradually, there are a lot of black magic, and still in a lot of villages, so many villages, and it's still it's required. And education doesn't mean that we have to teach only students. It does mean that we can teach them in everywhere. Like IGYM, which is like it is giving everyone this platform. Now anybody can watch it and learn it. It's like wherever the person is. So similarly, it is something that when we spread the education, see, we are an educationist, but still we are learning. So everybody can learn, and where we can understand the difference between the myth and the reality. What are the facts and what are the black magics and all. So it's actually important to know. There is like one simple example. Of course, we have a faith, but it's still like, when it comes to an example like a Karwa Chauth moon. So we say that there is an astronaut who went on the moon. So where there's a this time, so like still people are keeping fast, but yeah, they have their own way. But the important thing which we need to understand, that what is the reality, reprogramming mind, and keeping a peace. Absolutely, violence is very easy. Being a war and fighting, it's quite easy. It's a shortcut ways. But when it comes to peace, silence, so people just get away. But for that, we have to spread that education knowledge. And a student is like a little small plant, where a teacher helps him or her out at how like it grows with the flower and all. And we have to give that all those I have heard before some days ago that what happens that when there's what actually apes does in forest, that when they see so many plants, so what they do, it's trees, when they want that the tree should not be there, they go and abuse that tree, demotivate and speak that tree so many words that automatically after 3-4 days the tree it's completely get destroyed. So similarly, it's really important that we need to encourage, inspire, love those every student, and understand that what are actually their if we have seen kind of a movie like Tare Zameen Par, so we can see from there that we have to understand every person has, and every student have their own way to learn. So accordingly we can teach and nourish them, that once they grow, they can give those fruit which they are meant for. So wonderfully explained by sir. Sir, are you there with us now? Okay. So absolutely wonderfully explained by him. So it's like something we could say that where when it comes to education, the most important thing which I even believe by myself, that education doesn't need any age. Sometimes, and moreover, even parents need to be involved with their kids for learning it, because nowadays if we could see that many of them if you see, like when sir is given the example of America, yeah, they are very strong in that. And again, there are a lot of foreign countries where their parents also get educated, means learn with the student, like let's play this game, let's do this. So this involvement is somehow necessary, that where they can learn and enhance themselves. So I think that it is really going insightful, and we are really getting a great insights upon it. If any, I believe that till sir is joining, anyone wants to speak, we have so many dignitaries with us. So if anybody wants to give your point of view, Rachna ma'am is there with us. Rachna ma'am, are you there? It's a program of all educationists. Hemant sir is there. If anybody who wants to, give your views, please come ahead. Till that sir is joining.
Sir is facing some major network issue, so that's why he is not able to join. I'm connecting with him. So, Istifaq Ahmad sir, are you there? Istifaq Ahmad sir. Hemanji. Okay.
I think Sarit sir, are you connected with us?
No problem. Bijolka ma'am from Albania, very active member. visual cover.
Yeah, please.
Hi
He's
everyone,
super active.
Hello,
Super
hello.
active.
Yeah, please.
Super
I'm
active.
here and I attended all the session, but for the moment I'm a little bit sick, so I'm so sorry.
Okay, ma'am, no problem.
But I was all the time here.
No problem.
That's wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wherever we are talking about education, so a nation builder, yeah. Like still.
Madhvi ji, I will take a final word from him. If he's not able to join, then we will wind up in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay.
Sure. Not an issue.
Because it's all about playing with internet. So
Absolutely.
yeah, sir.
Yeah, no problem. So if you have any questions, anything to speak, anything to join up and let us know. So you can please question or help of hand symbol, take a help of hand symbol and please speak it up. So it will be amazing. Till that, yeah, Surya ma'am, would you like to speak something? We can see you. Yeah, please.
Very good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you. I want to say something. Education makes life self-reliant. It inspires men to live with dignity in this society. शिक्षा जीवन को आत्मनिर्भर बनाती है। यह मनुष्य को समाज में सम्मान के साथ जीने के लिए प्रेरित करता है। एक बार जब हम तय कर लेते हैं कि हमें कुछ करना है तो हम मीलों आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। Once we decide we have to do something, we can go miles ahead. This is the nice thought said by our Prime Minister, His Excellency Narendra Modi ji, and he also said, if seeds of good humanity and good culture are sown, the reward of a rich harvest can be reaped by generation to come. Education means such sowing, such implementing. Benefit of good quality education, I want to focus now. Learners can acquire more understanding and knowledge through the best education practices. This can help them in becoming indeed in different situations that they find themselves either outside, within the school. Offering learners a dynamic approach can help them in achieving great results. Means the importance of education is a human rights and a force of sustainable development and peace, and access to quality teachers, use of quality learning tools and professional development, and the establishment of safe and supportive quality learning environments. These are the key pillars that support quality educations. And I also want to share nice thought of Ron Lewis. Ensuring quality higher education is one of the most important things we can do for future generation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Awesome, ma'am.
Madhvi ji, sir is facing problem to join the meeting. Okay, he cannot join now. He's showing 550 errors. Okay, so you just you can just ask the technical team to present the certificate and we can bind up the session.
Sure. I request to our technical team, all my shining stars, could you please come up with the certificate? So, and amazing.
Members, unfortunately, sir is facing some network problem. I have received his message. He is not able to join again. It is showing 5002 error while he is joining the Zoom meeting.
I do understand, sir.
So that is why we have to bind up the session. Actually, we will conduct another session of him. He is a very great speaker, so you all can learn a lot of things from him. Unfortunately, we all are running with the internet, so sometimes it happens. We cannot guarantee anything because we are in virtual world.
Very true, sir.
Yes. So, beta, present the certificate now so that we can bind up the session.
Yes, sir.
So here we have a certificate for sir, and sir, whenever you listen, like whatever you have explained till now also, that is really meant and really means we have learned a lot from it. So I could say, Great Excellency, that you are the personality of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience and inspiration to all of us. Accept my endless gratitude.
Okay, beta, present the certificate now.
So from our side, it's a little word of thanks to sir, the certificate. And I'm
also facing network problem.
I do understand, and I'm so thankful to our technical team, because it's not a technical team of, I could say, though it's a technical team of our Shining Star, so Daniel, Nitika, who are doing amazing job. And here we go with the certificate. Yeah.
Okay.
I think a little bit technical thing is still there.
Everything is getting run from Tamil Nadu, man.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
The
So
whole
here we
program
go.
is run by Tamil Nadu, state of Tamil Nadu.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, sir. It is our.
I am also in Tamil Nadu, sir. Right now, I am in Tamil Nadu.
Oh, great. Yes,
I am
sir,
in
great.
Tiruchirappalli, yes.
Yes. So, yeah, Madhavi,
So
please congratulate.
Yeah, congratulations, Colonel Baldev Singh. Manav, sir. Oh, we are so thankful to you. And it's a little memento from our side, a certificate of honor. Thank you so much. And we would love to hear you next time again. So,
Yes, beta, present the next certificate.
thank you so much, sir. I'm always proud.
Yes, and Radhika Dwivedi, sir, please congratulate Madhavi, ma'am.
Yes, Madhavi ma'am, you are really awesome and wonderful moderator. Keep on doing the best. You are quite young and doing the wonderful. And thank you contributing for the IDBM. We all work as a team. It is a pleasure to be you as a team. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
It really means a lot in learning from you, All Excellency. So feeling extremely gratified, and I truly appreciate the remarkable opportunity and appreciation to Dr. Ravi Shankar, sir. And I would like to express my profound gratitude to our dignitaries, team, and attendees. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today for this super enriching and informative session.
Thank you.
A great evening ahead. Yeah, keep smiling, keep shining.
I just want to give message to all the principal teacher who are there in this meeting.
Sure, Ravi, sir, please.
आप अपने बच्चों को हमें दे दो, फिर हम उनको बना देंगे आत्मनिर्भर.
Very true, very
Children
true.
to us,
sir.
we will make them आत्मनिर्भर. You can see the best example here. How children are running such a big foundation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can see
Thank
the amazing work done by children in one foundation. Every foundation will find big person name, big people. But IDBM doesn't need big name. IDBM need the hardworking people. So give
And
your
that's the
children,
motto
we'll
of
make them Atmanirbhar.
Absolutely.
Yes, sure. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Ravi sir. Thank you very much. And I must thank to the IT team also. They have done a wonderful job. At least they could manage it. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, shall we wind up now, Madhvi ji? Radhika Dwivedi sir?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm just ending up with a sentence, sir.
Please.
Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today for this super enriching, informative session. A great evening ahead. Keep smiling, keep shining, and do remember, knowledge is the beginning. But no
Beta, please wind up the session now.